Okay, so I'm going to show you kind of how everything works on this. This is the SCR. You can see this piece right here is what the rat tail on the end of the bolt carrier. See this little rat tail? That's what goes in to the end right there. And that's your recoil system on this. And so the buttstock, I already took the plate off. It's down in the bottom hole. It's a 19 millimeter. You got to have a thin wall, so I'm going to take it off with what I got. It's kind of a pain in the ass because, okay, there it goes. There's a lot of fine threads. And there's a spring in there, so it might jump out at you at the end. And then you got to watch out for your didnt spring as well. Still going. Okay, there it goes. Alright, so, yep, my didnt spring almost flew out, so. Okay. So there's the spring. Pretty long, fine spring. That's the piece that I was saying the rat tail goes to. Make sure you get your didnt pin. It's on the table. And this is the tube. This is kind of like the buffer tube. It just unscrews. I screwed it in pretty good to the fucking... Oh, well, that's not going anywhere, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, guess it's not going anywhere. But that's just what goes through the buttstock. And this is the spacer piece that I had to install. It's PVC pipe, that's it. And then this is the nut, 19 millimeter. That's the nut that goes on the very end. I had to install this piece so the stock didn't wobble. I was able to move the stock, the length of this piece back, so I'd install that so everything tightened up. But yeah, it's a little work in progress. But that's just like the chop down end of the Remington. It had a raised piece, probably about an 1/8 inch, so it stuck out maybe like right there. And then you had to sand in this hole to fit this tube. So it was just a little bit of sanding, but I had just attached some sandpaper to a rod I had laying around and then ran it on the drill in that hole, and that was it. And then I had sawed off that piece. I shouldn't have sawed it, I should have just sanded it. But that was basically it. The spacer, the sanding in the tube. And that's basically it. A little bit of fitting, cutting off of the end and everything, and then maybe like a different butt pad. But I had refinished this. It looked pretty beat up. And also filled that knot hole with DAP plastic wood, and it is stainable. It took the stain and everything, so I think it turned out pretty good. A lot of guys ask questions on the recoil system and everything, so that's basically what I had to build. I had never read anything about having to use a spacer, so it was kind of a shock to me, and I had to take a Home Depot trip. It was about like $1.80 for like a foot of this pipe, so it just fits perfectly in there. It's almost the same, inner diameter equals the outer diameter of the buffer tube. So, and then it that flat piece on the nut butted right up to it, so had no issues fitting there. Just had to kind of measure that piece and see what was going on. So it goes together pretty easy. The 1100 stock is a little bit longer. As you can see right there, that's about it. Yeah, maybe 2 inches. It's a lot nicer to to have this stock than this small synthetic one. Not a fan of checkering, so I had all the smooth side, just like a field stock, I guess. But that's about it. Thank you.